So hi. So in the first half of the video, we have seen how to create an EC2 instance, how to create Lambda function, how to create roles, so that Lambda function can store its logs in the CloudWatch. And we have started the VM and stopped the VM also, right? Now in the second part, we will see how we can invoke those Lambda function using EventBridge scheduler. So it's a schedule. We'll schedule in a time interval and we'll invoke the Lambda function. Before that, if you have not gone through the first video, I'd request you to go through that one. Either way, I will show you the VM which is there, which we have created in the first video. This is from the EC2 and go to the instance. Yeah. Right now, the VM is stop stage. The VM name is test and this is the instance ID. Now also let me go to the Lambda function which we have created previously. Yeah. These are the two Lambda function we have created yesterday in the previous video. One is for starting the EC2 machine, and another one is for stopping. And we have also got some logs in the CloudWatch. So this is the CloudWatch. You need to go to this log groups, and you will find the two different log group for two different function. Okay, now today we will create an event bridge scheduler. But before that, we need to create some roles in IAM, means IAM, Identity and Access Management, so that event bridge can invoke or send an event to these two Lambda functions. Okay, so at first we will create one role and policy so that event bridge can invoke those two functions. Okay, so straight go to the IAM, means IAM, not IAM, it's IAM, Identity and Access Management. Now we need to create a role. The role, we need to create a role and one policy. Let's first create the policy. The policy will be like grant event bridge the permission to invoke Lambda, or else create a policy so that whoever have the policy they can invoke the Lambda function. I have already here one invoke this Lambda function policy. I will not use this one. I will create from the scratch ones. Okay, so just hit on the create policy. This policy will be attached to this policy will grant a permission to invoke a Lambda, or it will for the Lambda function. So I will go to Lambda, so action allowed. So if you go to the right option here, you see there is a invoke function. So those any service, any user, any resources have this policy, they can invoke Lambda function. Now here you can, so I have, if I click on any in this moment, what it tells, we have two Lambda functions, right? Suppose you have 100 Lambda function and you are creating this policy to invoke Lambda function, but for only one function, you can mention that function resource number. Resource numbers means if you go to the Lambda, you'll find here this ARN, this one. If you mention this one here, this policy will only apply to that particular function. Okay, I am gonna give this any in this moment because I will use only one policy to invoke two Lambda functions. And hit next. I'm giving the policy name invoke Lambda from EventBridge. I'm not giving any description. You may want to. This is the policy. Now we want to create a role so that EventBridge can use this role to invoke our Lambda function. Okay, so I will create a role, and here is one thing. If you see use cases, allow an AWS service like EC2, Lambda or others to perform action in this account. So What this first page tells when you're creating a role is like who are the trusted source, those who can perform any activity on your behalf in this account. If I click on Lambda, it means that a Lambda function can access, I trust a Lambda function, it can do something on my account, okay. But what we're going to do, we're going to create a custom trust policy. The trust policy means I trust a resources, suppose EventBridge, which is a managed by AWS. I trust the EventBridge to perform certain activities on my account. Okay, the custom trust policy. The SID is simple. You can mention anything. So I will mention a name like EventBridge trust policy. Now effect will allow something and principle. This is the important part. So if you add principle here, you need to, if you go down in the right side of the window, you need to go down, add a principle. So the principle type, like whom you trust, it will be AWS account or root user. Like it can be a different account, different root user. It can be an IAM roles. We will choose here AWS service because EventBridge is a AWS service. We'll choose AWS service. Now it will ask you the resource name of Amazon AWS. Like what is the resource name that you trust? Now you may say, how can I find this one? We can just go to Google and find AWS service endpoint. You find this one, we'll find this website from AWS, and you will find all the resources endpoints here over here. Okay, if you scroll down, you'll see service endpoints and codes. So if you search here EventBridge, so you will find EventBridge scheduler. So we are using scheduler to do a certain task. So you will click this one, and if you see, this is the endpoint for each and every region. Now we are not going to copy the whole thing, we are going to copy the first thing, only the first scheduler. You can find for Lambda, DynamoDB, all the services listed over here. You can, I will ping this link in the description. Okay. Now you can copy this thing, copy this scheduler, or you can type whatever you prefer, paste it here, and add principle. Now what does it states that we have given a custom name. It allows something. What is allows? It allows to trust this scheduler.amazonaws.com, this service, and whenever it will assume, it will assume the role to perform certain task on your account. Okay, so we will just hit next, and here we need to give any permission. So few minutes back we have created one policy, right? Invoke Lambda from EventBridge. So this is the permission which this role will have, and the principle allows EventBridge to assume and do certain task on your account. I think that it means. So go down and click on next. Role name I will give invoke Lambda function from EventBridge. I'm not going to give any description, so just create role. And the role is created. Let's see if I refresh this one. Yeah. Now we had a click on this role if you want to see the details. So this role contains this policy. It have a permission to invoke Lambda functions, and it holds up the trust relationship. I have given a trust relationship to do certain tasks on my account. So now our job is to create a scheduler through EventBridge. So we'll go straight to EventBridge. So there's two things, schedules and schedule group. So schedule group by default, there will be a default group will be there. if you want to create your own group, suppose you have 5 scheduler running for a particular task, you can create your different groups and add schedulers in that group. Okay, I'll create a simple group here, although we have only one scheduler, one or two scheduler will be. Okay, uh, start, stop. This will be our group name. Go to the schedules, and here we need to create a scheduler. So just click on the create schedule, and also make sure if you are in the same region, make sure you check your Lambda functions, everything is on same region. Okay, and by the way, IAM is global. So create schedule, I will give start EC2. I'm not going to give any description. I will click on this group name. It will be recurring schedule, but it will continuously do. It will not a one time. So for now, I will click rate based schedule. Suppose I want my VM to be start each and every 5 minutes or 3 minutes. Let me give 4 minutes. 3 minutes is a little short. So 4 minutes. Flexible time window. I'm gonna give it off and just click on next. Now here we need to select a target, like our scheduler will invoke where, it is send the event where. Here we need to select AWS Lambda invoke. It can send data in different many very different, lots of APIs are there, lots of services are there, but I will choose this Lambda. I need to choose a Lambda function. This will be start, so it will ping or invoke this start EC2 each and every 4 minutes. Here we can specify custom message, or we can say event data, which will be gone to that specific Lambda function. I'm just giving here message. Just a simple message, and click on next. Enable schedule. Yes, right now I want to enable the schedule. So if I go to my EC2 right now, my EC2 is stopped. Okay, so you right now it's stopped. Okay, by that time we will create another scheduler. It will be 4 minutes, so you can see it will start. Okay, so scheduler retry means if your EventBridge scheduler is not able to send the event in any condition, so maximum age of event, like what is the, suppose your event fails, so it will wait for 24 hours. It will check for the upcoming 24 hours to try. These are retry items. I will decrease that to 10 minutes, keep a dead event 10 minutes, and it will be retry will be 2 or maybe 3. Okay, by the way, we can give it the default configuration what is happening. It doesn't really matter for this little configuration. Okay, but little task it doesn't matter, but if you have a very complex task, you can specify this one. Now permission. So by the way, if you want to create a scheduler, you can just hit next. It will create a by default role for you, but we are creating everything from scratch, so we use an existing role. We have created a role, this one, invoke Lambda function from EventBridge. Next, more, just create the schedule. Scheduler is created. If you go to the schedules, scheduler is ready. It's enable status. Right now the timing is 7:14. So I hope 7:18 or 7:19 the schedule will start. Let's create another scheduler which will stop EC2. So create schedule. Just check what is the naming convention I have give. Start EC2. Okay, stop EC2. Group will be this one. Recurring each and every 4 minutes it will be start. So I'll give each and every suppose 4 and 3 7. Each and every 7 minutes it will be stopped. So right now is 4. So 18 it will be start, and 22 it will be stopped. So 19 start, and then I'll create each and every 10 minutes it will be start. So 10 minutes and 10 minutes. Now I am gonna give here off. So right now the timing is, so suppose our VM will be ready around 18, and upcoming 7 minutes means another some time it will be stopped. Then again after 4 minutes it will be started. Okay. So let's see how it goes, or I'm giving it 8 minutes, no problem. So that's just a little calculation. And then next, or by the way, if you want to schedule something like in a daily basis, you need to choose this cron based schedule, where you can mention each and every minute. You can mention, suppose you can mention some, I want to start my VM each and every day 9 a.m. So it will be 9. So this is a 24 hours format, and days of the month I'm not giving. Suppose each and every day you want to start your VM at 9 a.m. Okay, and for 12 months, and days of the week is 1 to 7 each and every day. 7. And for this 2020 year, so you will see all the next 10 triggers over here, like this day is already completed, so 2nd August 9, 3rd August 9, all this all recurring 10 triggers will be appearing here. So you can mention clone expression over here, and it will be scheduled job, which by the way I'm using in my main account. So I am gonna give here red based schedule, and go to the next, same invoke. If I forgot what passage I have typed here, but anyway, you can mention a complex message over here, JSON file, if you want to handle that one carefully in the Lambda function. So I need to select the function, stop EC2, and next try policy will be 10 minutes, try will be 3, existing role. I'll use the same role, which is this one. Next, more. So we have both of the schedulers ready. Stop EC2 and start EC2. Time is 7:18, 18 or 19 by the time it should start. Yeah, you can see it automatically starts. So now you may say, how you know it starts? Just because you have done something here? No, you can see in the logs which we have set up yesterday, means the last video, not yesterday. So if you go to the this CloudWatch logs, and we have started the VM. So if you go here, log streams, you will find today's date 1/8. This is the time where this is the latest log. This is the latest log. Oh no, I am in a different region. Yeah, so I need to change the region first here. California. So my game is already started, and it stopped already. This is 4 minutes. So I need to change that stop parameter a little bit more. So I will make that one. What I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna create a. Let me just check. Where is this? Okay, let's check the logs first. Okay. There is some error it's showing over here. So that's why it's not started yet. So this is what happens when your event get lost, something like that. So okay, let's just change the timeline one more time. first. Stopped. Now let's just change our timeline from 1923 to 29. Next. So around 29 our VM should start. Right now it's 26. So I will fast forward this middle places, okay, for this time. Yeah, as you can see, it started. So yeah, it will take some time to invoke the function. That's why there is a option. There's a lot of option over there. You can control that one. So you can see if I refresh this logs, find something over here. 29 starting instances. So current status pending and previous status was stopped. So yeah, so that's how you create a scheduler using EventBridge to do automatically start and stop your VM. Not only automatically start and stop, you can do a lot of things using this EventBridge, which I also don't know all of the things. But that's a simple thing you can do. You can, if you have a limited budget, if you want to save some resources and some money on the EC2, you can automatically start and stop in the night time when you don't use that EC2 machine. If you don't have that much like a very specific use case. Or one thing you can do, CloudWatch logs, you can set a expiration limit, like never expire retention policy, you can set it 1 day. So after 1 day, everything will be deleted. So that's all. I hope you understand how you can create. I hope you can create your own scheduler, not only for EC2, for different services which is integrated in the AWS. I will provide this whole API list. Also, one diagram I have, I can show you over here, which I have created. So this is the diagram, how it actually works. I will attach these links, also these useful links over in the description. You can find that one. Any doubt, anything, any questions, you can comment out in the comment section of this video, or you can reach out to me in any social media platform. That's all for this video, for this part 2. If you have not checked the part 1, go check that one and comment out below if you need anything. Okay, thanks all. See you on the next one. Bye.